Congratulations to our University of Birmingham graduands. Here we are in the Great Hall at the heart of the Edgbaston campus. Attendees, mostly graduands and their friends and family, are seated. Here are the student musicians. Now we're getting started. Here's the first of our 2 mace bearers beginning the ceremony. The centenary mace bearer is usually a staff member who has volunteered to take part in the ceremony. The mace bearer enters through the back of the Great Hall and leads a procession of staff to the stage. The Esquire Bedell, who is the second of the 2 mace bearers, follows. The maces are placed on stage for the duration of the ceremony.
It gives me the greatest of pleasure to declare this congregation open.
Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Birmingham. It's great to see so many of you here. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Professor William Bloss, and I'm Interim Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Head of College for Life and Environmental Sciences. And in that role, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all today. Graduands, friends, family, and supporters, thank you for joining us. We're all here today to celebrate you, graduands in the room. Your hard work, your dedication, your resilience. Today marks the culmination of this part of your educational journey. You chose the University of Birmingham because you wanted to be part of a vibrant community in a fantastic city that champions excellence and fosters innovation and encourages a thirst for knowledge. It's been a tough university experience for some of you. During your time at Birmingham, we've emerged from the global pandemic, which has impacted all our lives in ways we could never have imagined. We've witnessed the terrible invasion of Ukraine and the ongoing war, and we're experiencing significant economic challenges at home. In times like these, the power of relationships and friendships is critical. Here at the university, we see this power in our relationships with all of you, with our graduates, in our partnerships across the world with universities from China and India to Ivan Franko University in Lviv in Ukraine. And we see it as we host students and academics fleeing war and conflict from many parts of the world. And we see it as we work with the Guild of Students to support students in managing the cost of living crisis. I expect that your journeys to reach this point may not have been quite what you were expecting for all of you. They will have been journeys marked by challenges and growth, marked by moments of doubt and moments of inspiration. But you're here today having overcome all of those barriers and having achieved your goals and graduating nonetheless. On that note, I'd like to thank you and ask you to think just for a second, to stop and consider what you have each achieved. Your stories are all going to be different, but they will have common threads. You've explored new ideas and experienced the thrill of discovery. You've tackled what may have seemed insurmountable problems, academic or personal, and overcome them. And you've met new people who will have inspired you in many ways and made friends who will last a lifetime. You've expanded your horizons, challenged assumptions, and developed the critical thinking skills necessary to thrive in the world that awaits you. I hope that as you look back on all of this, you feel a huge sense of pride. Today's a moment to celebrate the tenacity, the determination, the drive that you've all shown to reach your goals. So what now? Now you have an opportunity to apply your expertise to make an even bigger difference. Those of us sitting on the stage here, sitting behind me, are looking to you to help address the needs of our world now and in the future. And indeed, the need for individuals like you has never been greater. We know that today's rapidly challenging world, society faces complex and interconnected challenges. How we live healthy, active, and fulfilling lives. How we develop sustainable futures for our planet. And you as graduates from sport, exercise, and rehabilitation sciences are the leaders and innovators who are going to address and answer some of those questions. Your time here at the university has equipped you with the tools you need to embrace this role. And we hope you'll do that with compassion, with understanding, and with confidence. Your actions have a power to make a difference in the world and to those about you. Choose to make that difference a positive one and a kind one. As you embark on the next chapter of your story, we should also take a moment to recognize those who've been instrumental in helping in your success so far. Sitting behind me here, we have just some of the university community, your lecturers and professors, who've encouraged your curiosity, who've challenged you, nurtured your creativity, and inspired you to question and explore and learn. And they've also supported you in many ways, both the academics, the tutors, and the wider student support teams around you. And I'd like to offer you the opportunity now for everyone to just thank colleagues in the university for all the support and encouragement and guidance to you as graduates. Please, can you join me in thanking them? But speaking to the graduands, there's a second group of people we need to thank as well. And sitting in front of me here in the Great Hall and watching live online around the world, with tissues and cameras at the ready, are friends and family and supporters, the people who are so proud of you and everything that you have achieved. You'll all have that person, those people who believed in you and supported you and showed you kindness, and without whom you wouldn't be here. So I'd just like to invite the graduands sitting at the back of the room also to raise your hands and thank everyone else in the hall here today and at home for their support. Please join me. Thank you. Right. Thank you all. Soon you'll come up onto the stage and Lord Bilimoria will admit you to your degree. This is very much your moment, and when your name is read out, that is your graduation. And family and friends, that's your cue to make a lot of noise, please. So, please be careful on the steps, please give a big smile for the cameras, and please enjoy your moment as you all graduate. Thank you all.
Now for the handing of the scrolls. The graduands will walk from the left of the stage to the centre and collect their scroll from the conferring officer. After they're congratulated, they'll walk off stage.
Good morning. My name is Professor Sarah Aldred. I'm Head of School of Sport, Exercise and Rehabilitation Sciences. And it's my honour today to introduce you to all of our graduates who are graduating. Chancellor, to you and to the University, I present the names of these graduands, as listed in my programme, proved worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees.
By virtue of my authority as Chancellor, I admit those persons listed in the programme, both in attendance, in absentia, to the degree for which they are to be presented.
College of Life and Environmental Sciences, School of Sport, Exercise and Rehabilitation Sciences, Doctor of Philosophy. For research into the use of non-invasive brain stimulation to improve upper limb rehabilitation, Lulu Abdullali. For research into physical and psychological function in people with whiplash injury, Ahmed Al-Alawi. For research into androgenic anabolic steroid dependence, Barnaby Carter. For research into exercise-induced hypoalgesia in people with low back pain, Pauline Queethan. For research into the mechanisms that regulate muscle mass and function with old age and inactivity and lifestyle interventions to support muscle health, Ryan Neil Marshall. For research into the role of protein nutrition on muscle metabolism in youth and older age, Sophie Mathewson. For research into how urban environments across the City of Birmingham impact active and healthy ageing through a citizen science approach, Grace Wood. Master of Research, Rosamund Bailey. Louise Margaret Wallace. Master of Science, Amy Louise Gillam. Emily Victoria Sutton. Master of Science, Advanced Manipulative Physiotherapy, Fiona Fox. Emily Marie Kelford. Edgar Tino Mungvonga Shoko. Exercise and Sports Medicine Football, Michael Antonius Lim. Physical Education and Sport Pedagogy, Emma Amelia James. Physiotherapy Pre-Registration, Debbie Amario. Master in Science, Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences, Alexander Anthony Bowen. Elizabeth Dashley. Caris Elizabeth Evans. Nicola Emma Greenwood. Archie Hillier. Kate Marriott. Emily Waterfield. Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences with International Year, Emily Larwood. Bachelor of Science, Applied Golf Management Studies, Samuel Balam. Matthew Clacy. Cameron Edmonds. Donnie Frankel. James Freeman. Ryan Griffiths. Rhys McGinley. Hope Neild. Sebastian Scott Pender. Thomas Rain. Benjamin George Suter. Jacob Watson. Cara Waddell. Physiotherapy, Sophie Louise Bagger. Angeli Bassi. Freya Beardmore. Sayasin Ben Hamida. Rebecca Joyce Blakey. Albert Caitlin. Si Ki Chan. Wing Ki Chung. Garbo Chow. Ella Cleaver. Tasmin Collins. Fraser Thomas Corden. Mackenzie Danielle. Ben Forrest Daniels. Florence Mary Elizabeth Della. Kirsty Ann Ebbage. Elena Farrow. Rarika Fujiwara. Annika Fung. Daisy Gershon. Mikhail Goldsiki. Daniela Gozong. Jessica Maya Hassett. Lucy Hayes. Alana Elizabeth Helms. Josie Hopkins. Dee Dee Hu. Mia Jade Hudson. Thomas Peter Hughes. Catherine John. Ellie Francesca Jones. Alicia Khan. Sai Sheila Kiritharan. Ka Ji Kong. Chun Ho Jethro Kwong. Lam Om Ping Martin. Hannah Catherine Latham. Nimsi Angela Lee. Chun Ho Lee. Katie Marie Matucci. Lydia McCleary. Katia Majub. Jamie George Moore. Charles Cameron Thomas Muir. Thomas Christian Murphy. Sophie Ann Netherclift. Samantha Ng. Abby Victoria Orr. Ellen Partridge. Abigail Pierce. Alicia Grace Perrott. Katie Alice Power. Ajay Randhawa. Jasmine Luca Ravenhill. Lucy Reed. Ella May Rogers. Chloe Georgia Sakalariou. Harriet Sanderson. Maisie Charlotte Saul. Darcy Scott. Ria Shah. Millie Rose Shanley. Freya Smith. Yan Ming So. Pak Yui So. Sarah Sturgis. Jasmine Amma Trill. Jordan Vaughan. Harry George Whitworth. Charlotte Elizabeth Williams. Hei Chit Wong. Scarlett Wood. Professional Golf Studies, Ethan William Rockley. Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences with International Year, Nathan Billings. Thomas Lee Cottis. Sapphire Chinya Elliott. Oliver James Guest. Holly Giles. Jacob Harrison Tennant. Samuel J. Thomas. James Daniel Williams. Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences, Olivia Agrotis. Amina Akhtar. Harry Allwood. Rebecca Stavruluka Arditaki White. Mia Atkinson. Selina Bakescha. Georgina Bailey. Alistair Baird. Daniel Barlow. Samuel Barlow. Elizabeth Bell. Lucy Bennett. Joytbuvan Binning. Jessica Botchway. Jessie Botchway. Charles Bourne. Luke Henry Boyton. Claudia Breet. James Stephen Bristow. Maggie Brown. Katrina Cara Brown. Polly Burge. Will Campbell. Adam Lewis Peters Carter. Marcus Giles Wenlock Chaxfield. Amir Chand. George Christian. Ella Imogen Clark. Jack Cole. Oscar Collins. Hamish Camonte. Murphy Culkin. Natasha Dale. Ellen Christina Danielovich. Caleb Day. Alice Rose Dearnley. Charlotte Debney. Alicia Dodd. Elizabeth Dodd. Benjamin Charles Drury. Amelia Evans. Henry Mark Fisher. Benjamin John Forrest. William Goddard. James Robert Goodfellow. Daniel Graham. Catherine Hardiman. Kate Emily Henshaw. Evie May Hurst. Hayley Marie Hoare. Katie Mary Hopkins. Alexander James Hunt. Toby Hunter. Megan Johnson. Ellie Jones. Harshil Joshi. Jack Keeling. Molly Kemp. Shane Ketch. Natasha Kingsley. Saffron Darcy Latham. Tak Min Melissa Yatlao. Sophie Layton. Zoe Ellen Layden. Tom Livingston. Michael Joseph MacLeod. Chelsea Marsden. Kira Alexandra Danielle Marshall. Holly Mays. Leah McConnell. Alana Chloe McGreary. Tom Millard. Arjun Dolatri Mistry. Thomas James Moy. William Mucklock. Alexander Murchison. Jimmy Ng. Saman Nile. George Henry Nichols. Grady Nightingale. Thomas Noonan. Tallulah Norman. Michael O'Connor. Caitlin May O'Connor. Joshua Richard Onley. Caitlin Osborne. Kieran Osborne. Jake Pearce. William Pearce. Holly Peltier. Alexander John Peoples. Evelyn Perry. Georgia Philpott. Joseph Power. Olivia Lucy May Rabjohn. Olivia May Rambini. Leila Veolama Taura Rex. Benjamin Roberts. Louisa Bow Rogerson. William John Russell. Domini Sangera Sangera. Eleanor Saunders. Daniel Schofield. Karamo Sese. Daniel Shepherd. Amy Sherlock. Connie Olivia Simpson. Connor Stillwell. Finn Stoneman. Millie Taylor. Charlotte Thorpe. Hannah Louise Trotman. Shelton Changirai. Jack Darrell Turner. Harry Tyrrell. Jawad Undin. Neve Walker. Isla Elizabeth Murray War. Bradley Welsh. Max William Fendel Weston. Samuel Wheeler. George Francis Whitehouse. Amy Wickham. Amy Wood. Shannon Erica Woodcraft. Holly Elizabeth Woodhatch. Josh Woods. Kieran Yeo. Sport, Physical Education and Coaching Science, Asif Ali. Sophie Rose Appleton. Manny Baird. Samuel Ball. Ben Barden. James Thomas Bennett. Danielle Bishop. Thomas Blake. Sean Breen. Ellie Rose Burgess. Isabella Claire Butler. Jungmin Cho. Eleanor Coleman. Francesca Courtney. Ellis Crenall. Jessica Davis. Charlotte Evans. Alexander Francis. Maisie Gibbs. Eleanor Betha Gilmore. Laura Heaster. Phoebe Alice Hemmings. Megan Lily Rose Hunt. William Isles. Christian Imroth. Kyle Inslee. Lorna Claire Judge. Amelia Lorraine. Sam Lowe. Wei Nam Ma. Rebecca Pink. Holly Louise Reeder. Georgina Louise Stockton. Brandon Jitway Tan. Molly Rose Thompson. Benjamin Richard Twigg. Adam Jonathan Willits. Ishbel Zurmond. Sport, Physical Education and Coaching Science with International Year, Niamh Callaghan. Benjamin Casey. Emmeline Fulker. Bachelor of Science, Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences, James David Blakensop. Miranda Lucy Carling. Alfie Peter Cubberley. Claire Louise Fan. Samir Foster. Benjamin Greer. Rhys Paul Leary. Thomas David Massey. Benjamin Roos. Ellen Louise Russell. Bachelor of Science, Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences, Kamaria Bacon Martin. I'd now like to introduce Freya Beardmore, who will give an address to the audience on behalf of the students graduating today. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Sarah Aldred, and thank you all, family and friends, for joining us to celebrate the wonderful class of 2023 together. I'm Freya, and I'm graduating from the Bachelor's of Physiotherapy course today. I feel privileged to have been the Sport XR school rep for the past 2 years, and I'd like to take this opportunity now to reflect with you all on the events of the past few years during our time at Birmingham and what has brought us up to this point where we find ourselves graduating today. I'm sure we have not forgotten the events of many of our first years during the COVID-19 lockdown, where online learning was introduced and practicals were the only face-to-face requirement. It was an extremely difficult time across all schools, disciplines and levels of study, which resulted in us all sharing a very different university experience to the one we were expecting. However, despite the tough situation in wider society, COVID enlightened us to the vital importance of exercise therapy and rehabilitation, which are areas of expertise that we, as a cohort, are now sure to go on and influence and be heavily involved in our future careers, whether that be as clinicians or researchers. COVID has certainly taken health services into the realms of the unknown, with the now expanding role into long COVID rehabilitation, seen in both sporting and health setting services alike. As part of the physiotherapy cohort, we had the privilege of joining and feeling a part of the challenges in the health service by going out on placements in the aftermath of the pandemic. Placements, whether that be integrated clinical placements, as in physiotherapy, or placement years in other courses, I'm sure has provided us all inspiration and a feeling of belonging. Here we have found role models and have seen firsthand the qualities in others that we now wish to adopt ourselves. However, although a lot of us have acquired role models on placements or through other university opportunities, there are plenty of exemplary student role models at the university who are graduating with us today. They have made a huge impact on the university experience of others through sport, societies and the student rep system. So a special shout out to Mia Atkinson, who, despite being out injured for years, helped bring the women's BUCS cross-country team to a silver medal. To James Bleckensop, who did a great job as MedSoc sports rep and made a wonderful impact. To Jamie Moore, who has been the Physiotherapy Society president, and without his effort, the society would not have run this year. And finally, Jimmy who has been a valued member of the student rep team, providing feedback between the students and staff on his course. And as we now advance onto the next stages of our lives, whether that be entering into graduate roles, internships, master's degrees, or even travelling for a while, I'm certain we will always look back on our university times and acknowledge and admire our ability to work effectively as a team and show determination, bravery, courage, and flexibility in dealing with such unexpected changes in light of what we have been through. That sense of unity between all members of our student community will definitely be missed. In my role as school rep, I work to foster a partnership between students and staff at the school, so I'll be taking forward those values of community, listening to others, and striving for improvement. However, although this is the end of university for the majority of us, the learning experience will certainly never come to completion. But through the support of the university and through the arduous circumstances many of us faced in our first years, we have developed a set of skills that will certainly guide us all into moving forward and progressing into whatever exciting pursuits we decide to strive for next. I'd like to now end with some thank yous. Firstly, to the fantastic academic staff. Our university journey has been made what it is by the dedicated lecturers, supervisors, tutors, and support staff who have shared their expertise and have shown unwavering support. A further thank you to our family and friends, who I'm sure have helped get us here in the first place. And a final thank you to you, to the students and researchers graduating today, for allowing me the greatest honour in representing you as your school rep. I'm extremely proud of each and every one of us. So a huge congratulations and good luck to all. Let's give ourselves a massive round of applause.
Another huge round of applause for Freya. What a great speech. Thank you to Professor William Bloss for your opening words. When you all started the ceremony as graduates, you are now graduates. Congratulations. I've been privileged to be Chancellor of this great university for the past 9 years. I'm only the 7th Chancellor in our 123-year history, so do your sums. Some of my predecessors stayed a long time, including the Prime Minister Anthony Eden, who was Chancellor for 28 years. I'm not going to be Chancellor for 28 years. I have a long family history with this university going back almost a century. I was born and brought up in India, and from my earliest memories, I knew I would come to study in the United Kingdom because my mother's father, my grandfather, graduated from the University of Birmingham in 1931. My mother graduated from the University of Birmingham in the 1950s. Her brother did his PhD at the University of Birmingham in the 1960s, and here I am as Chancellor now. It's a great privilege, and I just want to emphasize one factor, that Professor Ross said right at the beginning, you've all earned your degrees through phenomenal hard work and sacrifice in the most trying times, as Freya has just outlined, during the pandemic, the biggest global challenge since the Second World War. But you haven't done it on your own. You've done it with the support of your friends, and you've done it with the support of your family. And if you feel proud today, I can tell you, as a father of 2 of my children who've already graduated, the pride we feel as parents is just phenomenal. You don't know how proud they are of what you've achieved. So you need to thank them, your family, for having supported you throughout your lives to get to where you are today, and the wonderful teachers here to thank them. So could I ask the graduates now to stand up and give your family and give your staff a huge round of applause, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. When you walk out of those doors, you are walking out as graduates, but I'm sorry, you're never leaving. This is Hotel California. You can check out anytime you want, but you can never leave, because you are forever now members of the Birmingham University family, a family of 300,000 alumni in just about every single country in the world. When I graduated from an American university, became an alumnus, the next day I received an email asking me for money. We're a little less blunt than that here, but do give back. Because the reality is, most of you are going to be very, very successful. So one day you will be in a position to give back, and please do, but give back not just in money, but in your time. We've had a huge fundraising for the University of Birmingham recently, which incorporated volunteering hours. No other university in the world's ever done that. So come back, volunteer, mentor, come and speak, come and lecture, and come back to this, your home forever. You walk down these corridors, and if I urge you all while you're here today, there's an exhibition on in the corridors on the left and right, using objects to tell stories. And an example is John and Harry Boot, who developed the cavity magnetron, the key component of modern radar and microwave ovens. It's one of the most important inventions from the Second World War. This university has got 10 Nobel Prize winners. And we pride ourselves not only on our fantastic teaching, but also on our research. The latest research rankings, we were on the top in the UK for the fantastic research. And there's no better example than that than our students today who graduated with their PhDs and are now doctors. So I think we should give our doctors, our doctorate students, a huge round of applause. And we do research with universities around the world, including in India. We've just formed a partnership with the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, the highest-ranking Indian university, with joint masters in AI and data science, where the students from India will come and study here, and our students will go and study in India. We've got 40 research collaborations in India at any one time. In Brazil, there are over 60. It's phenomenal, the cross-border research on poverty alleviation, on climate change, infectious disease. Here, we've got the Tyseley Energy Park, about renewable energy. We work with the NHS very closely. Our hospital that we're attached to, QE, is the biggest hospital in Europe. Our medical school is one of the highest ranked in the world. And when it came to the pandemic, lots of sports graduates today. I don't know how many of you are aware, but when I look back at my time as Chancellor, there will be certain things that I did that I'm really, really proud of, including, for example, our Dubai campus that has recently opened last year, the first Russell Group University to open in Dubai. And during the pandemic started, lockdown in March 2020, and I got a call in April from a testing company, somebody who I knew, and said, look, the Premier League season has stopped. We can start the season again and finish the season if we can test the players and the coaches in a bubble without spectators, but the government won't listen to us. but you've got the best testing professors in the country. Could you speak to your medical school? And if they back us, maybe the government will listen and maybe we can complete the Premier League season. And I introduced them to the head of our medical school, to Professor Alan McNally, the head of testing in the UK he ended up being, and the Premier League season continued throughout the pandemic, and our university had a role to play in that. So that is the way in which we go the extra mile. The Commonwealth Games. I was so proud to come and see the Commonwealth Games on the ground. 1 billion people watched those games from around the world. And I'm saying this without exaggeration. We played a bigger part in those games than any university has played in any games, Commonwealth, Asian, Olympic, European, ever in the world. We were sponsors of the baton relay. I was there when Her Majesty the Queen handed over the baton at Buckingham Palace to the first baton relay holder. It went around the world. That baton was designed by our university. It not only took images around the world where it went, but it measured the air quality and pollution and sent it back live, analyzed by Professor Pope and his team over here at Birmingham. We were one of the major sponsors of the games. We had hockey on our pitches over here at the university. We had squash in our fantastic new sports center that I was fortunate to invite Princess Anne to open for us. And we had the Athletes Village on our campus, which Prince Charles, now King, His Majesty the King, came and visited. So what a role we played in those games, something I'm very, very proud of. And this year, I'm proud to announce that we, the university, are going to be hosting the International Blind Sports Federation World Games. Isn't that brilliant? I tell you, my colleagues in the House of Lords, 3 of them, one who joined on the day that I joined in 2006. I've been in the House of Lords for 17 years. I was the 3rd youngest peer when I joined. I'm still one of the youngest peers in the House of Lords. And one of my contemporaries who joined on the same day, blind peer, Lord Colin Lowe, former president of the RNIB. He's going to be happy to hear this news. My hero, David Blunkett, the former Home Secretary, Lord Blunkett, he's going to be happy to hear the news. And my friend, Lord Chris Holmes, one of our most awarded Paralympians, he's going to be happy to hear the news. So I'm so proud of our university. If you noticed, many of our students who graduated today were international students. I'm a former international student myself. I chair the All-Party Parliamentary Group on International Students. I tell you, international students are phenomenal for this country. We're the #2 country in the world for attracting international students, along with America. And it's great, the money. £42 billion. Thank you very much. But it's far more than the money. It's far more than the money. International students enrich the experience of our domestic students. They enrich our universities. You are phenomenal. Your families come and visit you, and most importantly, you become lifelong ambassadors for British universities and for the University of Birmingham. There are more world leaders who've been educated at British universities than any other country in the world, along with America, by miles. So thank you, I think, to our international students. A huge round of applause. I've got some good news for our graduates. You're going to get jobs if you haven't already got one, because this university is one of the highest ranked in the country for getting employment. It's something we're very proud of. So that's a good future ahead of you. And when it comes to sport, the theme of this particular ceremony, I've been a mad sportsman throughout my life. I learned how to box at the age of 8. My father was in the Gurkhas, and the Gurkhas loved boxing. My first exhibition match was in front of the whole battalion at the age of 8. It was terrifying. But I still box to this day. I play tennis, I scuba dive. I'm a very bad golfer because I don't play regularly. I played polo. I've been injured many times, so many of you might be able to help me in future. The number of operations that I've had to do with sport. I've had a double ACL reconstruction operation. And we as a university are very, very good at sports. In fact, when it comes to sports science, we are, wait for this, number 5 or 6 in the world. So we're one of the best in the world for sports science. So congratulations on graduating. And I have seen analysis done at universities where they've seen elite sportsmen and women in the universities and compared their academic performance with the norm, and do you know they perform better academically than the norm? That's not a surprise, is it? In Freya's talk, she spoke about the teamwork. She spoke about the societies that you all took part in, going the extra mile, the courage and the flexibility, the unity. That's what studying sports and taking part in sports is all about. And it's not surprising that academically they tend to do better. And this has been an eventful year for me personally. My older daughter took me skydiving in Cape Town, which was an experience. I then went and did the Cresta Run in San Moritz, which is going down a tray on ice, head first. And I didn't realize how dangerous it was. I just got away with a few minor fractures on my neck, but I'm all right. And then just last week, I abseiled down the Lloyd's building in London, 215 feet, to raise money for the Lord Mayor's charity for the Duke of Edinburgh's Award in mental health and financial literacy. So I think it's great. Keep challenging yourselves. My final bits of advice before you walk out of these doors. My youngest son, driving him back to school one day at the age of 17, he suddenly turned around to me and said, "Dad, live as if you're going to die tomorrow." Josh, what are you talking about? "Dad, learn as if you're going to live forever." Where did you get that? Dad, Mahatma Gandhi, of course. So, on a serious note, live as if you're going to die tomorrow. Learn as if you're going to live forever. Don't stop learning. The learning never, ever stops. I was leading a Birmingham University delegation in India, and I spoke at the QS Global Rankings Annual Conference, which happened to be in India this year. And I was so proud when I spoke at that conference. I gave a keynote speech. 4 out of the top 10 universities in the world are British universities. 5 are American, 1 is Swiss. What is the population of America? 330 million. What's our population? 67 million. We've got 4, they've got 5. Pretty good going. And out of the top 100, we're less than 1% of the world's population, and the United Kingdom has 17 out of the top 100, including the University of Birmingham. I think that's something to be really, really proud of. So you're graduating from one of the best universities in the world today. As an entrepreneur, I still run my business, apart from being in the House of Lords and being Chancellor over here. Cobra Beer, the brand that I founded, that's a household name now, that I'm proud of. To be an entrepreneur, some of you may start your own business one day. It takes guts. But more importantly, it takes guts to stick with it when others would give up. You'll face many, many challenges, as Professor Bloss outlined in the beginning. There's a wretched war going on. There's a horrible economic crisis, and there will be crises after crises. It's how you deal with adversity that counts. It's good judgment comes from experience, and experience comes from bad judgment. So you'll make the mistakes, learn from the mistakes, and move on and grow. And my motto, which is on my coat of arms, is to aspire and achieve. And I say to aspire and achieve against all odds with integrity. Because it's better to fail doing the right thing than to succeed doing the wrong thing. So all that I'm left with now is to wish you good luck. I could flippantly say good luck. But the best definition of luck that I've ever heard is luck is when determination meets opportunity. If you're not determined, you won't even see the opportunity. It's like waves that go past you in life. If you're determined, you'll catch one of those waves. If you're not determined, those waves will go past you all your life. So be determined and get lucky. Good luck, and believe in yourselves. My favorite saying of Mahatma Gandhi's, if I paraphrase it, is this: your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits form your character, and your character determines your destiny. Good luck, congratulations, and all the very best. I now declare this congregation and ceremony closed.
congratulations to our new graduates. The attendees applaud our new graduating class. To close the ceremony, the maces are collected from the stage. The mace bearers lead the procession of staff and new graduates out of the Great Hall. The ceremony that completes the university journey for hundreds of Birmingham alumni is now closed.